Today on Project Shop, we're going to see how much money you can make scrapping copper transformers. Now, I've already went through and broke these down, and I weighed up the steel and copper, and I did all with ones where I could find. I had two of them, so you can see the different sizes in the coils. That's got two big coils. That's got a little coil, big coil, little coil. You know, they're all different. Like this one here has got little tiny coils. You know, so we're gonna weigh them all up and then get the average weight on them. Years ago, my average profit I figured was $5 a piece, you know, between all of them. And we're going to see if that holds true today. So what I'm going to do is take all the copper ones, and these ones over here are aluminum, and I got the numbers on those too. Some are one copper, one aluminum, double aluminum, two coppers, one aluminum. So we'll get into that later. Right now we're going to worry about strictly copper transformers, how much money you can make per hour recycling them. So I'm going to take the good transformers that haven't been broke down yet, and I'm going to throw them in this drum, and we're going to weigh all of these, and then see how fast it takes me to get them on a table, run them through the first press, run them through the second press, and see how much money they're worth. Okay, so now that I got them up here, I'm gonna set up a timer, and we'll time how fast it takes me to go through these. I just had to get the tear weight on that drum and the tear weight on the drum we're gonna use for the steel. Okay, so always when you're breaking down transformers, wear a respirator and safety glasses and gloves. You don't want to be breathing this crap. And this machine kicks up a lot of dust. When that explosive decompression happens. Okay. Ready? That's what we got on the copper, 142 pounds. £341 minus the tear of that drum, and then that's also going to be minus the tear of that drum. Okay, it's not really that important, but it is part of it. I'm going to go ahead and weigh up the number 2 insulated, and you'll find out how much a 5-gallon bucket weighs from Home Depot. 1.8 pounds. 3.6 pounds of insulation. I think it's like 50 cents or 60 cents a pound I'm getting for that right now. Okay, now we're going to go over the weights. Now on average, most of the transformers I get are like these medium 400 watters and the 1000 watters, because I get most of my transformers from parking lot lights. You know, like a big Walmart or like a Publix or Target. You know, them shopping center lights are usually 400 watt metal halides, and some of these different are different in even though like that's 1000 watt, you have different types of HID transformers. You got high pressure sodium, mercury vapor, multi-vapor, metal halide. So you know, I think the high pressure sodiums, the older ones, are the really heavy ones worth a lot of money. And I don't even have any 1500 watters here. A lot of times I get sport lighters from like a ball field. They're even bigger than these 1000 watters and worth even more money. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I did. Is I weighed them all. This top line is the weights, and then the steel, and then the copper. Now I'm going to set this up, and then I'm just going to throw these in the bucket to show you that these are the actual weights, and then we're going to get an average on everything and how long it took me and how much money basically you can make in an hour doing this. Okay, we're going to start off with this little one. I had 3.6 pounds of steel. Let me get that light on. There you go. 3.6 pounds, and I had 1.2 pounds of copper for a total of 4.8 pounds. Okay, and then we're just going to put steel over there, copper over there, back to 0. Now the next one was an 8 pounds even. We have 6.2 pounds of steel and 1.8 pounds of copper for an 8 pounds even. Now this scale is only accurate to 2/10 of the pound. There could be a 1/10 discrepancy, but for what we're doing, this is going to be close enough. Now the next one was 9.4 pounds, and we had 7.2 pounds of steel. See that's right on the edge there. That's where that 1 pound discrepancy comes in, or 1/10 discrepancy. And then we had 2.2 pounds of copper for 9.2 pounds. And then the next one was 11.4 pounds, and we had 9 pounds of steel. Okay, and then this one had small copper coils, 2.4 pounds. 11.4. Okay. The next one was 13.2 pounds, and that was 10 pounds of steel and 3.2 pounds of copper. So we're like a 1/10 off there. Right. 13 pounds. The next one was 18.8 pounds, and what was it, 14.2 pounds of steel. I don't know why it's weighing like that now. And the total was, we had 4.6 pounds of copper, 18.6. The next one was 21 pounds. We had 15.2 pounds of steel and 5.8 pounds of copper. 15.2, and then 21 pounds. The next one was 21.2 with 4.4 pounds. I'm sorry, 14.4 pounds. 14.4 and 6.8 pounds of copper for a total of 21.4. 21.2. Right there. The last one was 22.6 pounds, 16 pounds of steel, 6 pounds of copper. 16 pounds, 6.6 pounds of copper, 22.6. And then, even though it's not that much, we still have 2 pounds of number 2 insulated. Okay, so it took me a little while to compile all that information down into averages and percentages, but before we get into that, I want to go over where I get these transformers from. I buy them from electrical contractors that do service work, like lighting maintenance. The majority of the ones that I buy from run bucket trucks. They got their own trucks and send out a crew every day, and they're changing out tons of these a week. I give them 55-gallon drums, they fill them up, I come weigh them and buy them. And I also get them from parking lot lights. Like, this is where they come from, but I buy whole fixtures like this. When they change them to LEDs, I'll buy a whole entire parking lot worth of these lights. And then I'm gonna go over my equipment. This thing started out as a 20-ton hydraulic press from Harbor Freight. And back in the day, which is how I got my 3 units per minute average, I used to run a pneumatic air over hydraulic 20-ton Harbor Freight jack in here, and it could physically only do 3 a minute if nothing went wrong. I've since upgraded to electric over hydraulic, much faster 2-speed pump, where I could, if everything goes right, I can crank out 5 a minute. That's unrealistic to keep that pace all day. 3.5 to 4 a minute is what this machine will easily do. And this here, all this here is custom. I built all this, and this thing just drops in. It's just kind of sitting on there. And then this is a 25-ton Enerpack 10,000 PSI RAM, and that's high dollar. This thing's been broken and rebuilt many times. It's actually all 1/2-inch plate now, because the RAM, even before I put this in here, this thing was tweaking with the 20-ton press. So I actually did reinforcements on the sides, a big C channel on the top, 1/2-inch plate here and here, gussets in the side, and this thing is actually welded solid and reinforced all under there. Okay, so this press here is 100% custom built. It's a one-off. I got 2 hydraulic cylinders on here. Right now I got the bigger ram, which is slower. I just got a quick connect release. I can put it on this cylinder and then get rapid production, even faster than what you've seen in the video this thing would do. But coming across those tough transformers, that's why I have this one connected all the time. It's because when you're operating this with 2 people, you can only run one at a time. So, and it works, it still works out well, because while you're pulling a transformer out and putting a new one here, this press can knock 1 or 2 of them out. You know, so this thing catches up really quick to this one if you're operating with 2 people. Ultimately, this setup is made to run with 3 people. 1 person prepping, 1 person knocking them out, 1 person pushing out the core, and then separating the copper or aluminum, or making sure that they're going in the right bin. This press here is the slowest operation. So this operation is going to fill up the table a lot faster than this guy can break them down. And this guy's going to break them down a lot faster than this thing can break them. So even with 2 people, what I like to do is start over here with 1 guy, and then once the container gets down to about 25% left in the drum, I'll move him over there. He can start knocking them out, and then when I'm done and I get down to the last 25% of that drum, we pretty much finish at the same time. Okay, so I've been operating with the understanding that I get $5 per unit. So each one of these transformers on average is going to be worth $5. I can do 3 units per minute. My average profit per minute is $15, and I can make $900 an hour profit. Now, I pay for all my transformers, so when you're paying for transformers, you really got to know the percentage of copper to steel, so you can figure out your profit or how much you want to pay for it right away. If you stick to a 80% iron, 20% copper ratio, and you do all your math off of that, I guarantee you'll never lose money. And then how I buy them, we're going to go off the market price at the time I shot that video, which was $2.57 per pound for number 2 copper. Basically what you do is you just take the decimal, move it over, drop the last number, and pay 25 cents a pound. If number 2 copper was $1.80 a pound, you want to be paying 18 cents a pound. Hopefully it'll get there. If number 2 copper was $3.50 a pound, you'd be paying 35 cents a pound. You stick to this formula right here. If you got a, and this is for picking them up, going out, soliciting a customer, going and picking up from him regularly, you want to be paying 25 cents a pound. You'll never lose money. And you can actually, that's like a lowball number. You can actually pay a lot more, but you don't want to be paying more than you have to. Okay, so this is the complete breakdown of our sample. We had 12 copper transformers, which was 129.8 pounds. I paid 25 cents a pound, so my cost is $32.45. There was 34.2 pounds of number 2 copper, which was 26.39% at a market value of $87.89. Iron, we had 95.4 pounds, which was 73.61% at a market value of $5.72. Process market value of the transformers was $93.61. If you get it for free, that's your profit. Now I paid for it, so we're going to deduct my costs. Comes out to, my profit was $61.16. Now you take your profit, you divide it by 12, you get your average profit per unit, which was $5.09 for me, $7.80 if you get them for free. On average, those transformers are worth 72 pounds. Now, if you're buying them at 25 cents a pound, you're going to almost triple your money. You're not going to lose money on the deal. And if we look at our average profit per transformer, it confirms our $5 over here, and our percentages at 26% copper, you're going to make some money on that deal. Okay, so this is all the weights and the percentages off of that. We're not going to go through each one of these numbers, but basically this is the total weight, the amount of copper, the percentage of copper, the value of the copper, the total weight of the iron, the percentage of iron, the value of the iron, the total processed value, or your profit if you're getting them for free, what you should be paying for them, and then what my profit or your profit would be if you're paying for them. We're not going to go through all these numbers, but let's just go over the averages right here. This is the average of the thousands, the average of the 400s, and the average of the 100 watts. So on average, they were 14.3 pounds, 3.4 pounds of number 2 copper at 23.73% at a market value of $8.73. The steel, 10.93 pounds, 76.27% at a market value of 65 cents, for a total processed value or profit, if you're getting them for free, of $9.38 per unit, and that comes out to an average of 65 cents a pound they're worth. Minus my cost, my profit would be $5.80, which confirms once again my $5 average profit. I mean, if you look at my profit there, it's a little low on that side, but extremely high on those 1,000 watters. Now, if you're just doing 400s through my system at $5.80 a piece, you're going to be making 17, because I can do 3 transformers a minute. You're going to be making $17.40 a minute, or $1,044 per hour profit. And then that breaks down to 42.9 pounds a minute, 2,574 pounds per hour, or 1.28 tons per hour. And if you look at the 1,000-watt transformer, these ones here, I love these ones. So the average profit's $11.49 after paying for them. If you break down 3 a minute, my profit is going to be $34.47 per minute, and $2,068.20 an hour, 62.2 pounds per minute, or 3,852 pounds an hour, or 1.92 tons an hour. Okay, and I forgot to mention down here the profit per minute. If you're getting them for free on 1,000 watters, you'll be making, if you can do 3 a minute, you could make $50.52 a minute, or $3,031.20 per hour. And then that's the 400s, and that's the 1000s. Overall averages, okay, you're looking at 25.37% copper and 74.63% steel, which is confirmed all up and through here, and even right here. You're right there. You're within a percent. And then that confirms that if you're buying them at an 80-20% ratio, you're going to make some good money. Overall averages, if you're getting them for free, you're getting $10.33 per unit. If you do 3 a minute, on average, you can make $30.99 a minute, or $1,859.40 per hour. Now I pay for them, so my average profit is $6.74. You times that by how many you can do a minute, or at least I can do a minute, that's $20.22 per minute I make on average. And if you times that by 60, on average, I can easily make $1,213.20. And then average per pound on a copper transformer is 69 cents a pound. Okay, that's the average of that sampling. And if you're buying them at 25 cents a pound, you're gonna more than double your money. Okay, let's break down the data from the video. I did 33 copper transformers at 439.6 pounds in 21 minutes and 23 seconds. There was 113.4 pounds of number 2 copper at 25.8% at a market value of $291.43. We had 326.2 pounds of iron at 24.2% at a market value of $19.50. Total processed value $311, or that's your profit if you're getting them for free. Since I paid for them, I would have paid $109.90 for them at 25 cents a pound. So my profit was $201.10. Okay, so now we're going to go over the how much money I made per minute and how much I could have made per hour and how many tons an hour we can do. So to figure out our profit per unit, you take your processed value and you divide it by 33, and that comes out to $6.09 per unit profit, or $9.42 if you're getting them for free. Now your units per minute, 33, divide by your time. You got to convert it to decimal point, And then you come to 1.54 units per minute I averaged from drum to drum in that video. Now the units per minute, or the profit per minute, you take your units per minute and you times that by your profit per unit, and you get $9.37 or $14.50 profit per minute I was producing in that video. Then your profit per hour, you take your profit per minute, you times it by 60, you get $562.20 per hour profit I was producing in that video, or $870 if you're getting them for free. Tons an hour, we took 439.6 pounds in 21 minutes and 23 seconds. And that came out to 20.56 pounds per minute times 60, which gives us 1,233.6 pounds an hour, or 0.616 tons an hour. Now that's by myself. This is a 3-step operation made to operate with 3 people. Okay, now this is the whole operation. I did 33 transformers in 5 minutes and 53 seconds. You convert that into decimal and you divide it by 33, you come out to 5.61 units per minute. The first press, and that's the anchor for the operation because it's the slowest one, I did 33 transformers in 9 minutes flat, and that comes out to 3.66 units per minute. The second press, which is the fastest, I did 33 transformers in 6 minutes and 30 seconds at an average of 5.07 units per minute. Now that would have been higher, and that would have been higher too if I would have been doing this long, like if I would have had a sampling of a whole hour, because after about 10 minutes you really start cooking with this stuff, and I really didn't have time to really break into it. But anyway, so now if we break down what just the machines did, we did 33 transformers in 15 minutes and 30 seconds. So that came out to 2.12 units per minute, and you times that by your profit per unit, I was producing $12.91 a minute, or $19.97 a minute if you're getting them for free. And if you times that by 60, you get $774.60 per hour profit, or $1,198.20 per hour profit. Now we break that into tons an hour. You take your total weight and divide it by your time, you get 28.36 pounds a minute times 60, that's 1,701.6 pounds an hour, or 0.85 tons an hour. Okay, so all this data here is from just me by myself. I designed, built, and I operate this machine normally with 3 people. So operating that capacity, you take your time from your slowest, your units per minute from the slowest machine, 3.66, because everybody's going to be waiting on that guy. And then that's going to be your overall average of what your production rate is. So if we take the 3.66 units per minute, you times it by your profit per unit up here, 609 or 942, you come to $22.28 dollars per minute profit, or $34.47 if you're getting them for free. You times that by an hour, and with 3 people, this setup can make $1,336.80 per hour profit on average, or $2,068.20 per hour profit on average. And that's just going off of these numbers here. So in conclusion, when I say my average transformer profit is $5, confirmed, and even on the average over here, confirmed. And when I say I can make $900 an hour profit, I have that capacity to do so. The only thing I've seen online that can compete with my production rate is a high dollar hammer mill setup, and they're not cheap. Okay, I've actually talked to a couple people, and if you want to see one in action, look for a YouTube channel called Mount Baker Mining and Metal. The guy Jason there, I've actually talked to him on the phone. He's a really nice guy. They got great equipment, and they're like, I think the smaller one I was talking to him about was like 5 grand just for the hammer mill, and then you're going to need belts and mag belts and all kinds of stuff to separate it. This thing here, if you're on a Harbor Freight budget like I was when I built it, this system here, you're going to blow everything out of the water. So just in case anyone was ever wondering what that ETR I have painted everywhere is, electrical transformer recycling. It's what I do. And stay tuned, I'm going to show you how I rip the transformers and recover the copper out of magnetic ballast. You don't want to be messing with electronic ballast or Quicktron, anything that says Quicktron electronic. Don't even worry about, sell it off. But these you can actually recover some money out of. Okay, one final thing. I started a Facebook group called Project Scrap. Wasn't a lot of discussion groups out there. There's a couple, but I wanted one mainly for how-to videos. I'm all about helping people out and showing them the best way that I found to do a certain thing. And maybe someone can do it better than me. I'd like to see your videos. I mean, even if you do transformers, I want to see how you guys break them down. If you're a YouTube creator and you're doing scrapping on YouTube, post your videos here. You know, and then if you're starting out and you got a lot of questions, this is mainly for how-to videos. If you're starting out and you got a lot of questions, this group here, Scrap Metal Recycle and Talk, a lot of good people on there. Everybody seems nice, and a lot of good information out there. And if you want to talk to other scrappers, what I would call like small time scrappers like me, that doesn't have $1 million operation, a lot of good information there. Hey, I see you over there. That's my raccoon security guard. Yeah, he's up in that. He lives up in that tree. Watches over my equipment here. Okay, if you come this far, thanks for watching. I know this was a kind of long video, but someone called me out on my transformers, and I just had to make sure that I wasn't imagining making those kinds of numbers. But yet again, I never finished high school, so all this math could be wrong. But anyway, stay tuned. I actually got I got to take this whole table apart to modify it to fit the hydraulic system for the stator wrecking machine, and I'll probably do a complete breakdown on how I built these machines, how they're doing what they're doing, and the modifications I'm going to do to this setup to make it even faster than what you just seen. So when I'm done with this system and the stator wrecker is done and operating, and my transformer system is operating, and my wire stripper is operating all at the same time, the amount of copper this system is going to produce per hour is going to be incredible.